presents Making the Cut. I'm your host, Mr. Controversy, here live at Cindy's Barbershop in Douglasville, GA. I got my man, my partner in crime, Big Google. Look what we have here. I got my boy Will, the sports guru. Welcome back, baby.
What's going on?
Okay, the topic of discussion, we're talking about discipline in sports. From a player's perspective, owner's perspective, should they be more lenient? Should they be more, disciplinary? Whatever. We talking discipline. What you got?
When you talk about sports, when you talk about discipline in sports, you got to ask yourself, how much liberty are you willing to give a player? How much control does ownership have? In other words, when you speak about signing this contract, so therefore you look at, you got the current issues, you got Johnny Manziel's situation in Las Vegas, you got so many different things with the marijuana, the drugs charges, the drug suspensions. How much liberty should I deserve as a football player, as a basketball player? I mean, you got different contracts, the way we negotiate, and of course you can debate whether or not this player's contract is equal to this player's contract, but how much control should a team have over an individual? I mean, in other words, they're personalized. I mean, I know you represent the team, I know, but at the same time, I'm human. At the same time, I have a life. You know, so there are things that I want to do. There are things I want to go, places I want to go. Do I have to always get permission? You know, what level of discipline are you holding me at? And is it really too much?
Yeah, I believe it can be too much, man, because it's getting to the point where Roger Goodell, I mean, the NFL is really starting to stand for, it's been standing for a couple of years, the No Fun League. I mean, because I give Roger Goodell all the credit in the world on the safety aspect of the game that he's brought and he's concentrated on. I mean, but let these guys have some type of life, man. I mean, from the drugs, like you say, from the alcohol. About half these players in the league smoke weed. I mean, you go in and you go to college, I know this is gonna hit on a touchy aspect, but all the owners are drunks for the most part. I mean, they're rich, they got all this type of money. Irsay is not held up to the same perspective as Josh Gordon. I mean, these guys got to be held to the same type of standards. I mean, when you look at basketball and what happened with the Clippers, I mean, you have these owners with these players making all this type of money, but they're not getting the right type of help me out with the words I'm trying to say. The right type of fees, man. So what I'm trying to say is, No Fun League, the NBA, the owners is not getting held up to the same standards as the players, because with Irsay and the Colts, he got a slap on the wrist, man. He really didn't get nothing. Come on, there got to be some type of even playing field.
I agree, but then you look at. Let's go back to Josh Gordon, man. It's the second time. When you have people consistently getting in trouble for smoking marijuana, so basically you're saying that you're willing to risk millions for some marijuana? What type? Hold on. What type of marijuana is this? I mean, how many times you gonna get in trouble, bro? You look at May 30th. Look at May 30th with Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon just got stopped for speeding. Had a partner in the car. This dude had 200 milligrams of marijuana. The heck? You just got in trouble. You about to be suspended for a year, and you still riding around with somebody with some marijuana in the car? Think. So I hear what y'all saying, but at the same time, players have to take responsibility. If they tap you on the wrist and say, hey, don't do that, we gonna suspend you 2 games or 4 games, you know they mean business. Don't do it again.
So now, in other words, now I hear what you're saying. But I want to interject this. You look at the owners, you look at all of the teams. Now you got to understand, nobody wakes up and say, hey man, immediately let's go sign Johnny Manziel. Immediately let's go sign Josh Gordon.
They knew what they was getting their hands on.
They
Cleveland Browns knew what type of
Exactly. Yes. So all I'm saying is, instead of us holding so much the players accountable, let's evaluate this. Well, let's do psychological evaluations. Let's bring them in and understand that this child here raised himself. In other words, he grew up in the hood. His mom had 3 jobs, trying to make a living. He grew up seeing
they do that already. And so they put these players through all these type of tests before they dress.
And so what I'm saying is this: you got to think about this. If all I saw the most was either drug money or whatever, or welfare checks, whatever. You now, all of a sudden, at one moment, you give me the sign and give me a check for millions of dollars, and you think psychologically I have the discipline to behave and act accordingly?
But see, that's what the NFL has done things like bring in guys to mentor these guys and have seminars on you coming from nothing, being a broke college student to all of a sudden an instant millionaire like that.
Right.
They have rookie seminars that they come into where guys like Adam Pac-Man Jones come and host and tell these guys, look at the mistakes that I've made. You don't want to go down this route of, yeah, I was raised in the projects in a single parent household.
It doesn't matter.
But look what I become. You're the face of a franchise now. But the thing about it is, with these quarterbacks, they hold them up to all these certain standards. Well, like Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel's been hanging out with guys like Drake. He's been LeBron James has a marketing production that he's under. So of course he's gonna market Johnny Manziel, and Johnny Manziel gonna hang out with LeBron James. But you mean to tell me this kid can't be a 20-year-old and go hang out in Las Vegas on Memorial Day weekend and still have his playbook with him? Get the heck out of here.
You know what?
He's like you said, right? Hold on. These guys got a life to live at the same time. These owners and these coaches and these fans as well, being some of the biggest critics, thinking this guy, oh, he's the face of the franchise, he's the quarterback. Tom Brady's not doing that. Eli Manning's not doing that. Drew Brees, okay, they not. Those not those type of guys. They still put that guy on Sunday and see if he ball or not. That's what it's about.
I agree with you.
Josh Gordon ball?
Hold on, I agree with you.
What does drugs got to do with it?
Again, so basically you're saying, let me finish, I don't really want you to answer the question, but you're saying that if somebody came up here and robbed you, took your wallet, you saw him because he's from the hood or because he's from this type of atmosphere, you'll give him a pass? No. So they have to grow up. That's why they're in the NFL. These are men. And if you get slapped on the hand the first time and say, don't do this. Look at Pac-Man. Now I agree, to me, the way they did Pac-Man, he didn't get really caught for anything, but they kept drilling him. How many times do we have to tell you, stay out of the clubs or whatever, don't hang with these people? All I'm saying is grow up, be men. I understand what you're saying, Big Google. These kids are from the hood or they from different areas of the United States. But hold on, I understand that, but my thing is you signed a contract. The contract said you can't do this or you can't do that. So if that's the contract, you a man now.
Okay, hold on, no. Okay, you're right. You're a man, but at the same time, name me one child that a parent is raising. That in other words, when it come down to going from crawling to walking, I've never walked before in my life. But then what did it look like the parents said? You gonna quit falling and get your tail up and walk. Excuse me, I'm 10 months old. Hello, I've never utilized these here. So all I'm saying is, you can't always just expect somebody just to mature as quickly as you think they ought to because they reach a certain age. And I'm not condoning none of their actions at all. I'm just saying there needs to be more, some type of...
So there needs to be some type of leeway, man, in my aspect of, because what are these coaches or these owners that, okay, it might not happen as frequently as the players, but when it does happen, like when Sterling, he made that racist comment, okay, that should have been, I give Adam Silver stepping up to the plate, banning him, doing what he had to do. But it took a little bit of time. There should have been some type of immediate reaction to it. To me,
it should have been something happening before that happened.
Before that, because he had instances before then. But that's on another previous show. You can go check that out too as well. But getting back to it, is there something in these guys' contracts, or they make so much? They make the contracts that they can treat the players how they want to make the type of rules they want to make. That's not fair.
That's another discussion, because I do agree that they hold the players to a certain standard and the owners because they pay money. But
piggybacking off here, to be able to let you go ahead and answer all this at one time. In other words, if we have a case of so many concussion syndrome situations, players getting older, suicides, Junior Seau, Dave Durson, all of them. Is there such thing as, can I come to you as a player and come to ownership and say, hey, this pressure is getting to me. I'm having a lot of pressure. I'm dealing with a lot of, these hits. I done took a couple of hits, but in other words, can I come to you? Is the environment conducive for me to come to you to express myself, or do I feel you got too much pressure on me? And guess what? I'm not condoning it, but I need some weed. I need some drink. I got to get this off of me because all of this pressure. That's all I'm saying is, can the ownership create something like that?
I feel you, but again, all I'm saying is, if you go, I know this is not sports, but if you go to work and you mess up,
it's the same thing. You get punished.
You're gonna get punished. So my thing is, just because you're in the NFL and you have, hold on, and they have all these skills, it doesn't mean that if they tell you don't do it, you messed up. All right, you get a warning. You do it again, we're gonna suspend you for 4 games. Then you do it again. How many times you gonna give them? Bro, you a grown man. You come to the league. You a grown man. You're 21 years of age. In basketball, you're 19, 20. I understand that, but at the same time, basketball, they're more lenient to their players.
I mean, but the thing about it is, you take a guy like Daryl Washington that just got suspended for the whole year for the marijuana possession.
Right.
You ain't heard Daryl Washington in any type of instances before that. He's been smoking weed, like I said.
No, he's been in trouble. This is 3rd time getting caught.
It's my first time hearing.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the 3rd time getting caught.
Like I'm saying though, over half the players you can identify. I mean, you can interview them. Over half the players in the league smoke weed, man. It's just in college, it's the same way. Okay? And they out here busting their ass, playing all these games and getting paid nothing in college. Okay? The owners are paying you all this money and millions of dollars, but you can't have a life outside of football because the cameras are always in your face. It is not fair, even though you held up to a certain standard and yeah, you can live that life, but it ain't got nothing to do with you balling on Sunday. It ain't got nothing to do with you balling on Monday, Thursday, or any other day in the week. It ain't fair, but you're looking for the owner's perspective and the coaches, they can do other things. I just don't agree with it, man.
Well, we're going to wrap it up. I love this discussion. I think we should have more discussions like this, more debates like this, but we're going to wrap it up. Your last word on it?
I just think, in other words, when it comes to discipline in sports, teams rules apply to each player. In other words, everything should be equal across the board. I think it should be per player evaluation based on the cat that you're getting in there, the situation of who they are, their upbringing, what they can handle, what could be a possible question. Those things like that. And at the same time, like you say, players, you must step up, you must grow, you must get to a point where you embrace the fact that you are now in a leadership position, a role model. So I think it should just be a balance of everything.
Yes, I agree. To piggyback off Big Google, I think it needs to be equal across the playing field between owners, coaches, fans. Even when fans get involved, throwing batteries at players. If you look at Cleveland Browns, they used to throw little batteries out there on the field. Oakland, I mean Detroit. When you look at the stuff that happened in the Palace a while back, I mean those individuals got punished to a certain degree, and so did the players too as well. But you look at upper management, even if you go in the professional aspect of things in the real business life, they get away with murder sometimes, and I don't think it's fair to the actual people on the playing field that's in the actual doing the actual day-to-day motion in the activity. The players, the actual administrative folks doing in the work field, is not fair to them too as well. So, like Big Google said, everybody needs to be held to the same standard, and the NFL needs to be more lenient when it comes to certain guys living their life, not having any type of drug or alcohol involvement.
And this is my take on it. I really think that you all are right as far as hold everybody to the same standard. I mean, if we're trying to teach these football players to be men, or basketball players, or players in general, then hold the owners to the same standard. But then again, like I said earlier, I don't believe that you should go ahead and say, hey, because you messed up 2 times and you're from this environment, you should get another chance. No, you shouldn't do that. But yet still, I don't think that they should take the fun out of the sports. As far as touchdown celebrations, we talking junk in football, or basketball, technical fouls because I said something to the ref or whatever. I think they should chill with that. But once again, it's a 3-point conversion presents Making the Cut. I'm Mr. Controversy here with Big Google, my man Will the Sports Guru, here live at Cindy Cut's Barbershop in Duncansville, GA. We out. We see you at a barbershop near you.